California. They've been growing rice since 1928. Yes, and it is a very quality product. I know my mom has been raving about them since I was a kid. She loves them. Koda, K-O-D-A. So I'm going to start with the dry. However, I do want this butter to be melted, so I'm going to jump over here and we were boiling water in case my grandparents might need some hot water. But I have that around in case we still need it later. Okay, so you want to manage your time nicely, have the butter start melting while I'm mixing. And I'm not sure I know how to do this. Yes. Okay. That's on. It's going to do its thing. And I'll come back to check it.
Is that unsalted butter?
It's unsalted butter. I got this really nice high butter fat content. It's 80, it's 80 something. It's more than normal average butter, so it tastes extra buttery. I wish I had a better explanation, but imagine just very intense, yummy butter. If you don't already know about this, after you drop your butter, you have this wrapper, you have this residue that you use to get your pan nice and greased. Sometimes I keep these in the freezer if I'm not planning to do something like this with the wrapper right away. And so I have that ready, the butter's melting, it's melting fast. You don't really want it to get brown, so we just want it to become liquid. It helps to make it into smaller pieces to get that process even. Back to the dry, I have this rice flour, and it's not any rice flour, it's sweet rice flour, which means the starch is extra sticky, and they actually have information on these boxes, which later you will see at your stations. It explains why it's a special starch composition. Anyway, it doesn't go into detail, but it tells you what type of starch makes it so unique. So I'm adding some salt, and a healthy pinch of salt, and some baking powder, because even though we love the stickiness of the sticky rice, we want there to be some light airiness. Well, you'll see. It doesn't really ever get airy and light, but it keeps it from being too dense. It balances it out. So what I do is whisk that together. Oops, sorry. And then I will use the same whisk to whisk together the wet ingredients. Try to use less tools or dishes when possible, because we are in a drought state. Okay, so I have the second bowl. I'm going to first crack the eggs into there, because it gets a little bit hard to eat them when there's other liquid in there, so you want to get those out of the way. And I'm going to add all of the kind of thicker ingredients, like the condensed milk. I found this Chinese brand that's made in the USA. I'm so happy. And I didn't realize this, but my grandma gave me this mug years ago, and it's the brand, it's the longevity brand. I think it's Confucius. I heard he's a gourmand. Anyway, so I'm adding this condensed milk. I might need the help of that spatula I dropped in here. Just be careful though with rubber and those sharp edges. I'm going to try to be careful not to get it mangled. Okay, so for this one, this size, I'm doing half. Yes, and this is exactly what you're sorry, I actually didn't measure that. But I'm gonna know when I feel it. Okay.
Eyeball.
Okay, so that's all in there, and now I'll come to my butter. This butter is ready. You don't want it to like simmer and reduce, you just want it to melt. So make sure you don't step away from it to like do something in another room because it's gonna get brown. It'll taste good, but it'll change your results. So I'm gonna get this in there, and actually I want all of it. So make sure you have a rubber spatula. If you don't own one, you need to get one. Or get a set with different sizes. Alright, so that's going in. All in. And then I'm gonna keep this around. So this is super easy. It's almost like making pancake batter. You just have to have a good recipe. So if you're lucky, you're here. You get Mama Peggy. Where are you? You get, there she is. Yep, Mama Peggy's recipe. And luckily, one of her good friends helped document her, or helped just record it, and she is responsible for making sure that we get a consistent result, because she made these little recipe cards to share with all the church ladies, and that's what we're basing this on. But you'll see, and I kind of have a revised version of it with more detail in the instructions, but the measurements are all the same. So you'll see this come together. It might feel like it's a little too sticky, but it is supposed to kind of feel almost like, I want to say, like your pancake batter is a little too thick. Like maybe like a waffle batter if you've made waffles before. It's very much like that. So you'll see it come together. There might be some tiny lumps, and that's fine. Don't worry about it. They will kind of melt in once it gets more baked. So now I will come to my pan that I've buttered, and you can butter it pretty generously. I just used what I had, but I can tell you my aunt, when she makes it, she'll stick like little spoon globs of butter all along the sides so that once it bakes, it like just gets all kind of flaky on the edges. It gets really crispy. So what I'm gonna do is I will put, let's see, I like to layer this. So I'm gonna put some beans on the bottom because I think that it's kind of cool when they're embedded in there. I'm gonna just get them in there, and I have some liquid from cooking that I'll leave behind because I don't want it to be too wet. And I'm just giving it a nice little layer with some space in between for the batter to get in there so that stick.
What is it that you're putting in?
Red bean.
Oh, red bean.
Yes, sorry, I didn't say that out. It is cooked red bean. So I'm putting in half of this batter, and I'm trying to spread it as I pour it in so it doesn't make the beans move around by applying too much pressure in one spot. And then once I have that all set up, it might move a little, but it's fine. Once I have that set up, I'm going to do a layer of purple potato paste that I made. It's a sweet potato paste. I'm going to do a layer of that. I realized I forgot my tool, but I will improvise this one. Usually I use a thinner offset spatula, but this one's fine. So I'm going to get that in there. What's that color? It's so crazy. The sweetener that I used is a classic Chinese sweetener that is kind of this crazy thing visually. If you look over here, it's called rock candy, and it's cane sugar that is kind of rough. They didn't granulate it, so I have some memories as a kid seeing my mom make desserts and thinking, wow, what are those crystals? Because I learned about crystals in science class, like geodes and whatnot. So it's like, whoa, those are in our dessert? Amazing. So I'm just gonna get this in there, and then I will top the rest of the batter on top, and then I will get this in the oven. And while that's baking, making some kits to take home, to make this at home. And we will come back together to do another demo of how to prepare taro for a topping. Okay, so that's it on the layers. Oh, plus this top layer. And you could add a final layer of nuts or sesame seeds if you're into that. I'm doing the same thing here with this top layer to not disturb that sweet potato layer too much, because I want it to be nice and evenly distributed, more or less. So,
What kind of nuts do you recommend?
what is
What
it?
kind of nuts would you recommend?
Oh, so classically, my mom or my aunt would use walnut or sesame, but I found that macadamia is actually super good, and it kind of is an ode to the butter mochi of Hawaii. Yeah. And I have yet to have Hawaiian butter mochi. I've only been there once as a kid, and I don't remember us having any butter mochi. So I should kind of, I think, plan a trek maybe with my mom and find the mother. So this is this. Oh, you're just talking about the nuts, and I have them over here. And those, I found these really great red walnuts from a farmer who is so sweet. I met her at the Hollywood Farmers Market, and I ordered these from her because the red, again, is a lucky color. And she even offered to volunteer and help with this class. But unfortunately, a week ago, she broke her ankle, so she's unable to come. And it was actually so difficult for her to get these walnuts to me because she couldn't drive a long distance. And mind you, her farm is 3 hours from LA. And just knowing that, and knowing that she is at the Hollywood Farmers Market every Sunday morning at 8 a.m., what time does she wake up on Sunday mornings? I wonder. She was so sorry she couldn't come, and I was like, no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about everything else. Like, how do you, what? Oh my. So anyhow, I'm sorry I didn't ask, is anyone allergic to nuts? Are we cool with nuts? Oh no.
It's okay.
Okay, I'm so sorry. This is, yeah, those, they're all nut. There's some sections, yeah. Well, we'll talk. Maybe we should cut around. I'm sorry. Okay. I have a script, but I'm like way off right now. So I'm gonna get this in the oven, and I'm not sure how we're going to do it. Just first. Yes.
Okay, so
yes,
just
station.
All
Okay.
right, so we have 5 stations.